And today was a very powerful day for the Queens community to come together to stand up against hate. We know our Asian brothers and sisters have felt under attack, but we wanted the community to know that we have your back, that you don't have to suffer in silence. And today was a historic day for Queens, and I'm hoping that the contribution of today doesn't just stop today, but that it continues to grow, that people let their voices be heard, that if we see our neighbors in trouble, that we stand up against it. And I'm hoping that the community knows that Queens has its back.
我看到这么多中国人能出来，能加上很多政客来支持这个活动，来反对歧视华人、歧视亚洲人的这个活动很有意义，我非常开心。今天是这个里面的一部分。
今天我们是亚裔团结起来，就是把那个歧视，所以我们大家都要出来，华人团结起来，
反对这个亚裔歧视。另外，我们呼吁进行法律改革，对仇恨犯罪有明显的指控，这样呢，我们才有一个更稳定、更安定的一个社会。
州的这个仇恨啊，我们表示强烈的反对。这件事情呢，应该到此为止。应该希望有关部门对这件事情加以关注，大家能够过一个安定的生活。
延长这些问题。
大家好，我是黄敏仪，纽约市市议员20选区的候选人 ，Anti-Asian 那个 Hate Crime 的 Rally， 因为很重要，我们让大家知道我们华人被欺负了，我们不可以不说什么事情。现在我们全部的社区一定要在一起合作，要改变这个情况。
美国纽约，美国同学会，美国纽约。
Donovan Richards Jr.
Stop Asian hate! Stop Asian hate! Stop Asian hate! Stop Asian hate! Well, thank you. Thank you, Queens, for showing up. It's Queens in the house. Today I want to thank you all for joining us at this very important day. It's a very important day for our borough, especially as we begin Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I especially want to thank Flushing Town Hall for hosting us today, but those who co-hosted this event with us, Congresswoman Grace Ming, and our Attorney General Tish James. And I want to thank them for being valuable partners and leading voices against hate in our borough across New York City and beyond. Today, we send a strong message from the world's borough that we will not be bystanders to hate. Here in the most diverse county in the world, where over 190 countries are represented and over 200 languages are spoken, that we are our brothers and sisters keeper in the Asian community. We will not allow haters to win the war against humanity. I refuse to accept this, and haters should know that all of us refuse to accept it. So today we show the world that. You all here are showing the world just that. You belong here. We belong here. This is our city. This is our borough. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out today. With that being said, I'm excited to introduce my good friend, one of our co-sponsors today gathering, our New York State Attorney General, Letitia James.
We are here together, here in Flushing, to stand together as one, because today all of us are members of the Asian community, each and every one of us. Enforcement all throughout the state of New York to stop this Asian hate. And my message is clear, that anyone who engages in hate against the Asian community or any other community, we will use the full force of the law against you. Do not be silent, because you are not alone. All of us stand with you. The strength of this city stands with you, and we stand together against Asian hate.
Next, we'll hear from Reverend Al Sharpton, the president and founder of the National Action Network.
And I'm honored to stand with these officials and our borough president to denounce Asian hate. When these uptick of hate crimes started earlier this year, John Liu came to our headquarters in Harlem, and we stood together and said we must stop. But I can't come home to Queens to stand up with my brothers and sisters in the Asian community. Hate is wrong, no matter who the victim, no matter who the victimizer. To understand me, hate is hate is hate, and we must stop the Asian hate right now, right here, and all together. Thank you.
U.S. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Our great senator from Hawaii, who along with Grace Mung sponsored our anti-Asian hate legislation, which is now law. Gave me this mask, and I said I'm going to wear it and wear it and wear it until we pass the law and until we wipe out Asian hate everywhere in America. Stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. We will not rest till we beat it in every place in this country. Thank you. God bless you.
Next, we'll hear from Mayor Bill de Blasio.
If you love New York City, you can't take the contributions of the Asian American community out of it, because the only way we are New York City today is because of what all Asian Americans have done for us. So anyone who hates Asian Americans hates New York City too, hates America too, won't be accepted in New York City. If you hate, get the hell out of here. because you don't belong in New York City. So anyone who commits a hate crime, let's be blunt, let's be clear, we will find you. We will prosecute you. And God bless you all.
Thank you. Next we'll hear from our Lieutenant Governor, Kathy Hochul.
I want them to appreciate the beautiful culture they've been born into. But they are Chinese Americans. And I don't want them to grow up in a world full of fear. So ladies and gentlemen, it stops right here. It's stopping 20 million New Yorkers who stand with this cause to stamp out hate against Asians.
Dr. Uma from the Hindu Temple Society.
Also Asians. We come from the same district. We're all in this together. You're no different from us and we're no different from you. I appreciate you inviting me in this wonderful congregation. May God bless all of us in the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we'll go to Congressmember Gregory Meeks.
This is not just this day. This is every day. You've heard from others across and you'll hear from others coming up forward. This is not a one-day event, my brothers and sisters of this world, to make this place that we call the earth a better place for each and every one of us. Stop Asian hate and violence and stop it right now.
Now on to Joanne Yu.
Hi everyone, my name is Joanne Yu and I'm the Executive Director of the Asian American Federation. Speak what is happening in our community. For over a long year, that our community has been enduring unbelievable pain, sadness, and fear. In moments like this, when we are standing together as friends, we see hope and we see community. We have to stand together to pledge to see each other, to protect and support each other, and to love each other. Thank you.
A powerful message that the haters are not New York. The haters are not America. This is New York. This is America. And this gathering today will be a turning point. Thank you again, Borough President, for hosting us. Look forward to marching with all of you into better days. Thank you.
By Assembly Member Ed Braunstein. Thank you for being here. Counsel General of Israel, Fran Robrugel, and Deputy Borough President, of course, Ron DeVender. Next, we'll hear from Rabbi Mike Miller, the Executive Vice President and CEO of the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York.
The young and the old, in unison, standing side by side. We need to be better engaged with one another, support each other, to share each other's pain, and to mobilize to do what? To stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate.
Thank you, Rabbi. Next, we'll hear from Congressman Hakeem Jeffries.
A community-centered group of individuals, family-oriented, who have done so much for this borough, this city, and this country. We will not abandon you in your time of need. We're going to speak up. We will not rest until we stop Asian hate. God bless you. God bless the Asian American community.
Asian Pacific Islander Alliance.
We are not targeted in our schools. We are not targeted for deportation. We are not targeted for removal. We are not targeted just because of what we look like or what people perceive we are able to marry. Thank you again for having me.
Next, we'll hear from State Senator John Luke.
What it is, if not for Asian American blood, sweat, and tears. New York would not be what it is today if not for Asian Americans. America would not be today what it is if not for Asian Americans. Everybody needs to understand that. Not just Asian Americans, but everybody needs to understand what Asian Americans have done. And they might be able to try to set their mic off of me, but I'm not going to start speaking. See everybody standing out here every single time there's a crime, there's an attack, there's an incident of bias. Only then
can we stop Asian hate for the long term? Thank you so much.
Next, we'll hear from Frank Wu, the president of Queens College.
This is our moment. This is the time for all of us as New Yorkers, regardless of where we came from or how long we have been in this nation, to truly embrace one another. It is great to see such crowds. Let us continue to gather until we have eliminated all hate. Thank you. Keep the faith.
Next, we'll hear from Councilmember Peter Koo.
请大家回去的时候，告诉你的民意代表，6月20几号选举，6月10号抽选是非常重要的，在选区里面帮助我们亚洲人社区的人。Or if someone comes from someplace else, the America I know, welcome that person. Our America is not a country of one color, one race, or one creed. The America I know is that the one state of America. It's not the one state of America. It is the United States of America.
Next, we'll hear from the president of 32BJ, Carl Bragg. Labor's in the house.
Stand against racism. We stand against Asian hate. We stand together. We have a motto in SEIU, stronger together. And we stand here today with you brothers and sisters because we know that together, in our strength, we will kill hate. We will kill hate together. Thank you. God bless
you. Next, we'll hear from Bida Mustafi, the Commissioner of the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs.
To be upstanders for your loved ones and your neighbors. To show up and remind us that this city, this country is only good and will only be great because of our Asian brothers and sisters. Thank you for all that you do and all that you are. We love you, and now let's say it together. Stop Asian hate! Stop Asian hate! Stop Asian hate! Thank you.
Next, we're going to go to Mitch Wu, from the Chinese American Planning Council.
And during the pandemic, we had actually even supported them twofold with serving the many issues when it comes to loss of benefits, loss of jobs, and also the impact of COVID. And also, unfortunately, the rise of Asian hate crimes. If we really study our history, we should know that collectively, we have always been fighting these injustices. And I'm happy that we're taking the right step here together so we can all do it collectively as a community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Bertha Lewis, the president and founder of the Black Institute.
We are not just new friends. We are the true friends. So guess what? I've been blazing for a long time. All right, brothers and sisters, this is just the beginning. But let me tell you, somebody mess with you, you call Bertha May.
We're now going to hear from Frankie Miranda, the president and CEO of the Hispanic Federation.
What it's like to be discriminated against, threatened with suspicion, contempt and violence. Your suffering is our suffering. Your suffering is my suffering. Nosotros en la comunidad latina estamos con ustedes. Sufrimos con ustedes. Porque este también es nuestro dolor. Nuestras historias, our histories, our communities are deeply and powerfully intertwined with each other.
Next, we'll hear from George Yu of the New York Chinese Business Association.
How are you guys? Good afternoon. My name is George Su, President of Chinese Business Association of New York, and I am representing 68, I repeat, 68 Chinese associations who are attending this event today. I'm so very grateful to Borough President Donovan Richards for hosting this march for our Asian community. Big thanks to New York State Attorney General Letitia James, and many thanks for the elected officials and the community leaders for coming. Also, special shout out for Congresswoman Grace Meng, who has been advocating for our community since she was elected. We are so fortunate having her representing us and fighting for our rights each and every day. As many of you know, there has been a dramatic increase in attacks and discrimination towards our Asian community. According to the NBC News, anti-Asian crimes have increased by nearly 150% in many major cities. In New York City, we saw a sharp increase of 223%. We need the help from Washington, state level and the city level, to make the laws to ban and punish the haters. With our Congresswoman Grace Meng's relentless push, along with other congressional leaders, Congress, the Senate overwhelmingly passed the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act. Next week, I'm pretty sure the Congress will pass that. It will be a huge accomplishment. We also need our local police officers to enforce the hate crime laws. With that, I say, stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. Stop all hate. We are stronger together. Thank you.
Righty, we're almost getting down to our final speakers. Next, I'm going to call up Charles Yoon, the president of the Korean American Association of Greater New York.
Of slashing and being shot in our businesses. And we gather together and you raise our voice and we say what? Stop the hate! Stop the hate! Stop the hate! It's a simple message. Those three words are what we are here. Hundreds of us are gathered here to say, to stop the hate. We're also going to be joined by 100 Suits, Kevin Livingston, who has been working hard with us in fighting the hate. So I say today, no more fear. No more fear.
We've been joined by Assembly Member Khalil Anderson for us in the House. Next, we'll hear from Kevin Livingston, the founder and CEO of 100 Suits for 100 Men.
Everybody put your fist up in the air for me. Repeat after me. In solidarity. 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 This is our community. We will take charge of our community and eliminate hate from all the people that try to penetrate it. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Potri Rankamanis, from the National Alliance for Filipino Concern.
We have to uplift our history. We have to be visible. We have to amplify our being important to run America. Without Asian, America will die. You know that, right? Another hero here, Donovan Richard. And we have Jun Lu earlier. These are our leaders. But all of us has to step up to become leaders in our community to stop this hatred. Thank you.
Before Grace, and we're getting to our final hour, we will have Avi Posnick from Standing With Us.
Though I'm a Yankees fan, I feel welcome here in Queens, and I look forward to working with everyone to ensure that Queens is a borough of tolerance, diversity, and welcome to all. Thank you.
Thank you. But this is someone who's built coalitions, understands what bridge building is about, someone who leads with conviction, someone who is a leader for the entire country, who has given voice to not just the Asian community, but so many vulnerable communities across our state, our borough. It gives me great honor to introduce to you none other than my good friend, Congresswoman Grace Meng.
To our amazing borough president for convening us here today. Let's give another round of applause to our Queens Borough President, Donovan Richards. And you're gonna clap for me again. You know why? I'm the final speaker. I'm not gonna repeat all the amazing things everyone said, but if there's one takeaway, I want you all to take a second and look around. Look around this place today. Look who's on stage. It's not just Asian Americans. These leaders have been with our community from the very, very beginning. They have stood up for over a year to say that we need to stop Asian hate. Most of the mainstream community wasn't necessarily paying attention, but these leaders here, the people who are gathered at this rally here, they stood up for us and they continue to stand up for us. The answer, I'm copying this from an activist I heard online, our young people teach us so much. The answer to racism is never more racism. It is solidarity. So, thank you so much for coming out here today, and smoother and productive because we're walking together. Thank you so much.
has happened right here in Flushing and across the country. Today, there are so many people coming behind us as well that give strong statement. No more hate! 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 And make a strong stand that we will have no more hate. Thank you for President Richards.
No more hate! 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 So if you're out there and you're in fear, please know that the Queens community, all 2.4 million people, stand right beside you, behind you, in front of you. You don't have to be fearful. We're here for you. We love you. We love each other in Queens County. That you will be held accountable in Queens County, not by just simply law enforcement, but by the people of Queens County. So thank you. Let's keep on marching. Let's keep on walking. Let's keep on walking.